Okay, so everyone should have their cards. So we have two-dimensional analysis that we need for this. So in your notebook, for this activity only, okay? I'm going to have you actually physically draw your cards in your notebook. So what you're going to look like here is, first of all, going back to what we had on the board from yesterday, we have the blue, which is the starting value. So our starting value is what?
12,783 inches.
Okay? So the first conversion factor we need to use is the foot to inches card. And how do we know, Mason Anders, which one of these sides we use? Do we use the inches on top or inches on the bottom?
Inches on the top.
How,
Bottom.
how do you know that? If you look at your conversion factor, right, what does it say that we want to have? We want to have the blue one, which is the starting units on the bottom.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So that's why I gave you that sheet of paper and had you color it yesterday, so that you would follow that. So we know that you have to put what we want on the bottom. So you're going to physically draw your card in like this with a square around it. And you're going to put 1 foot is, not 1 fool, 1 foot is 12 inches. Okay? Then on our next card, Luke, which one are we going to use? Do we want miles on top or miles on the bottom? Miles on the top. And we know that because that is our wanted value. Right? So 1 mile goes on top, and 5,280 feet goes on the bottom.
Wait, why is 1 mile on top when the water value is on the bottom on the conversion chart?
It's not. It's either.
Blue, blue, red, red.
Oh,
Okay? Because the wanted value,
is the red.
yeah, is the red.
Oh,
Meters.
And the other part of this too is that way you have to have it on the top and the bottom in order for them to cross each other out too as well. So now how this reads is 12,783 divided by 12 divided by 5,280. So when we sit down and we enter that into our calculators, 12,783, what do we get? Do you have a calculator on you?
Nope. I use my brain.
I did.
Well, you shouldn't be using any phones because if I catch those, they're mine.
What?
So our answer is 0.20 miles. Now, the answer actually is 0.20175. But if we go out 0.20 and we look at the 1, okay, well, that 1 would round up to a 2, but that isn't high enough to make the 0 into a 1, so that's the whole rounding aspect of that. Right, Jared? Okay, so 0.2 miles. So you understand how to use the cards.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to do another problem together. We are going to do another problem together. We're going to do a little bit harder problem, which is one that should be near and dear to your heart, which is which gas is more expensive? Make sure you're writing this down in your notebook. Which gas is more expensive? $3.95 a gallon. Or $3.95 a gallon, or $1.25 a liter. A liter. Jeez. It's spelled the same, okay? So how would we solve this problem? How would we solve this problem? Convert what? Liters to gallons or gallons to liters? So let's do gallons to liters. So let's look through our cards and see what we can find that has gallon or liter on it. And what do they have on them?
Liters to gallons.
Liters to gallons. Oh, so it's not even a hard one. It's a single one. Yeah, it's an easy guy, right? So if 1 gallon is 3.785 liters, right? So we could take, so we have, if it's $1.25 a liter, Wait, we're trying to do gallons to liters, right? Sorry, I'm doing this wrong. This is what happens when I try to do that. Okay, so we're doing gallons to liters. We gotta use the gallon amount. So we have $3.95
Per
a
gallon.
gallon. And we want to put times, so we put 1 gallon on the bottom, right? So that they cross each other out, and we have 3.785. So $3.95
3.1.
times 3.785 equals $14.95 a what?
Gallon.
A liter. So what is cheaper?
Leader.
Per gallon. No, I don't see.
I did that wrong.
Yeah, that's how many liters are in that many gallons.
I totally did that wrong.
What's the? I'm gonna slap him.
That's a threat.
Oh my god.
Do it.
Stop, children. I totally did that wrong.
It's a bully report.
Wait, what? You did that
I did that wrong, guys. I'm not
Oh
perfect.
my lord.
You know what? Have patience, because you're going to be thankful we did this problem together in just a little bit here.
But you made me erase.
I know. I'm so sorry, Mason. You'll be okay. Okay, let's try this again.
I didn't write it down.
$1.25 a liter times.
Mark it out.
Liters on the bottom.
Yeah, it's already
Thanks, Brody.
Right?
It's the other way around. 3.7.
No, just wait. I'm actually using the key on this one, and I'm struggling.
Sorry.
So 3.785 liters in a gallon. Because what we're trying to figure out, jeepers, I gotta dry the board off. And the best about this is it's totally on tape, so Sarah and Eli will get to watch this whole debacle in just a few minutes. Okay, let's try this again.
So you don't want to teach it again, so you're just having them watch it?
No, they're in independent study when I have animal science, so I have to teach animal science while they're, yeah. Okay, so let's try this again. Here we go. Deep breath, we got this.
Seriously?
Okay. This is why I'm having problems
I
here,
ripped my
because it
paper.
is a $1.25
Yeah.
over 1 liter. Okay? This is where I'm having problems. Because we have to remember that we're putting the liter underneath there. Because because the unit for dollars is what? It's dollars, right? That's the unit. And so then we put our 3.785 liters on top in 1 gallon. So $1.25 times 3.75. Yes, it is correct. Is going to give us 4.73125.
You're around mass to about 4.7.
Yes, so I would round that to 4.73. But what do we put on there for units?
Dollars per gallon.
Dollars per gallon, because the liters cross themselves out, and we end up with dollars per gallon.
That's how much gas costs in
So is it cheaper to buy it per gallon or per liter?
Per gallon.
Per gallon. Okay? Everyone's okay there now that I screwed you all up? We're all on the same mathematical
Whatever.
page?
Wait, I have a question.
Yes,
So the last one, why'd you have to put the 0? at the
and
end?
you didn't have to.
Oh.
Yeah, it's 2/10 of a mile. That's what it is. Okay, what other questions do we have?
Did you put in 3.78 or 3.785?
3.785. Okay? All right. When you're using the conversion factors, make sure you use all of the decimal points that they have out there. Now, so you have two things that you have to get done today. The first thing you're going to have to do is you're going to have to do the problems on 1D, which is the worksheet I'm going to give you. And then the second thing you need to do is the pre-lab for fudge.
What
Okay.
the fudge?
Quiet.
Are we gonna? Okay, never mind.
Yeah, let me finish giving directions before you guys get all super crazy and asking me questions. So the first thing you're gonna do is you have A through K, because God forbid we use numbers, but you have A through K on part 2, which this is lab 1D. You are going to write out the questions and do the answers. And when you do the answers, what do you have to do, Rick Jones? Use the cards and draw the cards out so that I know that you're visually using all of the steps, okay? You will notice that letter D looks vaguely familiar, okay? Letter D is the one that all of my previous sections have always struggled with on this worksheet, hence why we maybe already did it, okay? The second thing you have to do before you come to class tomorrow is your dimensional analysis making fudge, okay?
Are we making fudge tomorrow?
Yes. Only if you have your pre-lab done. So to do your pre-lab, remember it all has to be in your notebook. This is another one of those, there's no hypothesis, okay, but there are going to be 2 analysis questions on the back that you have to put in your notebook. So there's no conclusion this time, it's analysis questions on this lab. When we do math-based labs, it's hard to do a conclusion, so we have to do the analysis questions. What questions do you have?
No preguntas.
Like,
No question.
He said no questions. Nobody has any questions? So what do you have to get done today, Hunter?
We have questions and then pre-lab.
The pre-lab. And if you don't get it done today during class, then it's what?
Homework.
Homework. All right, I'm gonna pass these out so we can get started.